Computer. Okay. We are now recording, so we are ready to get started. So, does anybody have some images they want to show off to start the meeting?
Sorry, Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have a problem with mine because I followed everything Amanda said, but I had some issues. Am I permitted to share my screen to show you guys something?
Yes, please share your screen. We'll walk through it. This will be helpful.
Okay, give me a moment.
All right. Operands connect.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
All right, we can see everything. There we go.
I don't know why this is printing. Okay. Okay. This is where my polling started.
Uh-huh.
I tried running this and this came out. I don't know what the problem is.
So that means that so one of your images is 1024 by 1024, like in dimension, like so 1024 by 1024 pixels, and the other one is 2048 by 2048 pixels. And the difference between them is that one of your images is probably binning of 1, and one of them is probably binning of 2. So okay, so your flat is bin 2. See, and your bias has been 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh.
So you need to make sure that your binnings align between all of the images because that changes how big they are.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, thank you. Let me.
Yep. That was a really good question. So
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
Anybody else run into any issues? Produce any cool pictures? If not, we can always everybody, if you want to either continue working on those over the weekend or tomorrow night, we do know what happened last weekend. And so we will not have a repeat of that tomorrow night. Actually, let me check the weather quick for Sonoma. Did anybody look recently? Mostly clear. Okay, cool. So we should be good to observe. So yeah, so tomorrow night we can also continue working through those and have people taking images that we'll be using for next week's activity, which will be mosaicing. So we can maybe introduce that concept towards the end of this meeting. But for now, we want to take some of those images that we took in 3 different filters after being reduced and talk about what we can do with them. So, Amanda, do you want to, first, I should say, everybody remembers DS9, right? We talked about this way back at the very beginning of this project. And you've probably seen it intermittently since.
Yeah, I have DS9.
Okay, good. And I assume everybody else on the meeting should. So we're gonna walk through the RGB color combine, how to kind of play with it, and some of the other aspects of DS9 for our uses.
Yeah. And since I got it to work in Python, we can just show both ways too.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see how you got it going in Python.
Do you want to show your reduced image, Adam?
Deb called me and
Oh,
I
okay.
just got off the phone with her.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Okay, so should we start with let me see, 1 second. Um, okay, so today we're going to be working on, as Adam said, making color images from the images that have been taken previously, or your own color images. So the first thing we need to do is to download those images. So Adam, do you want to share the link from the M42? Otherwise, we can use whichever images you guys want to make a color image of. The only requirement is that they have the WCS keyword at the end of the file name. And that means that they have been properly, like they have the correct coordinates, so that when you stack the images, it will look, when you stack the images, all of the stars will align. Oh, that was a good pun. Get it? Get it?
I like it.
Yeah. Totally unscripted, people.
That's just how good we are here.
Right.
All right, so I just threw the link out there for where you can get those images, and that was from our Messier marathon.
Yeah. So you can either use those, or you can use any images you want. The other requirement is that an RGB image has, by definition, at least 3 different images, one corresponding to the red channel, one corresponding to the green channel, and one corresponding to the blue channel. In the case of SEO, if we wanted to make an image that's closest to what our eyes would see, we would use the 3 broadband filters. And this is a little counterintuitive, but in SEO, since we have G, R, and I, G would correspond to blue, R would correspond to green, and I would correspond to red. But you can also make color images with whatever filters you want, because color is just the way we perceive like the world, but objects emit light in like wavelengths ranging from, gamma rays to radio waves, right? And so what is color? It's just the way we perceive how objects emit light in a very narrow window of wavelength. Does that make sense? Is that too philosophical? Okay, so in our case, or in the case that Adam posted.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have a question? The link Adam posted, we have so many images there. So are we going to get all of them?
Yeah. So you can get the WCS images. So whatever has WCS at the end of it. And you can decide. So this is like where your subjective decision comes into play. So what I am going to do is I'm going to say that the G band is blue, the G band is blue, the R band is green, and the H alpha is red. But you're welcome to choose any kind of combination of them. The only thing is that you need 3 images, and they should at least have the WCS coordinate or suffix at the end of the file name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we should all use the same images, like the one you work with.
Okay, sounds good. So let me share my.
Sorry, Amanda, did you say we should get images of the G band, the R band, and which other one again?
So today we're going to be using H alpha, or I'm going to be using H alpha. But in theory, you can choose any band that you want to substitute for R. The only thing that, like, to make a color image, you need at least three different bands.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, can you see? So let me give a minute to people downloading the image, and then when you're done, like, put a thumbs up or put the thumbs up emoji or write in the chat or whatever. I'll stop sharing until we get that.
Just as like kind of a helpful thing, I'm gonna share something quick. So for anybody that wasn't sure what Amanda was referring to with WCS, and
Yeah.
as Raphael or Peter, I forget which one of you pointed this out, there are a lot of things in here. You want to look for the files that end in wcs.fits. So here we have the clear. Down here, if you go down, you can find the wcs.fits, which is the G band. Keep going, you find another WCS, that's the H alpha. Keep going down till you find the R band, and that's the final WCS. You can ignore the raw, that's the image we get back right away. This is the hot pixels where those are removed, and then these are all of the different FCALs. So you can ignore most of these, just grab the WCSs for this time.
Okay.
Okay, please.
Yeah.
I just a quick one. Now, there's a software you mentioned earlier, and I'm not. I don't think I took note of it. Like if they requested, we could download it. So I don't know if I could get that because I figured out that the image I download is not displaying at all, except maybe something I'm not getting right. Please, if you could put me through a little,
Are
so
you?
that I can.
Sorry, are you referring to the DS9, the one that Amanda shared for a second?
No,
Which program?
it's Linux Ubuntu.
Oh, it doesn't work on Ubuntu?
I've not installed it yet. I don't have the link. I didn't take note of that. Probably I didn't hear that or not.
Okay. Yeah, if you can't get it running right now,
Yeah, can I get it? Is there any place I can download from? Or if you just have a link, you could send to me privately. Let me get that on it.
let me look.
All right, thank you.
Oh, yeah, there are Linux. Oh yeah, it does have Ubuntu. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna send that in the chat. This is the link for the download page for DS9. Cool.
Amanda, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. What date are we to use? Can we choose from any date or there's a specific date from where we'll pick our images?
Yeah, so right now we're, well, the images that I'm going to use are the ones that Adam posted in the chat. The link is M42. It's 2020-0402.
Okay.
Do you see that link in the chat?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So those are the ones I'm going to use, but you're welcome to use any date that you want. as long as you can choose 3 images from that date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep.
Amanda.
Yep.
Okay, is it only the images we're going to download, or we also got to download the calibration? Is only the images?
You could download the WCS images, or if you want, you can also download the FCal images, but for the purpose of a color image, it's not going to make a difference.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I have downloaded all the 3 WCS
Okay.
images already.
Awesome. So I guess we can get started with the DS9 then. How do people feel about that? Okay, cool.
That's okay.
All right. So in DS9, so the way that when you open DS9, you have the interface look like this. And in order to create a color image, it's pretty fast. You just click frame. So I think it was originally on file, but you can click frame and then RGB. And now you have this little window pop up and it tells you red, green, and blue. So right now, red is selected. So on red, you you do file open, and then you look for your red image. So in my case, my red image is gonna be H-alpha. And you click open, and that's the red image.
Amanda, we can't see that menu.
Okay. Share everything. Okay, what about now?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you can go over it again, please.
Yeah, okay, so let's delete that. Okay, so you click frame and then RGB, and this little window pops up. And there's red, green, and blue. And so when it's clicked on red, you open your red image. So you do file open. And then can you see this pop up?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna choose H-alpha for my red image. So H-alpha. And that's my red channel. And then once you have that open, you go back to this window. So don't close this. And you click green. And so now you have green selected. And you do the same thing. You do file, open. And now my green channel is going to be R band. So I select R band. Okay, so now we have red and green open. So now I go back to this little window and I select blue. And then I open my blue frame. So I do the same thing, file open. And my blue frame is going to be G band.